All right, in the last video, we uh, diagnosed some errors and we went through and picked a solution um, to match what the book wanted us to do. And then we said that we needed to move this rib under this boss and or this cylinder. And they're calling that the rib under. And so if we right click on that, we're going to edit the sketch. And so we've got a top view here, and if we look at this square right here, this rectangle, that is the view the of that rib that we need to move. And so one of the things that we want to do is we want to look at what sketch relations are already in play. So we want to come up here to View, Hide Show, and if we look all the way down at the bottom, we want to click these sketch relations. Let's say, just click out. And now you can see that the sketch relations are displayed on the model. All right, let's move this around so it looks like the book, kind of. And the first thing we want to do is we want to look at this first relation, and this is collinear. And what that is it's making this this rib collinear with this edge, so it means we can't move it. And so if we click on this, or I'm sorry, we right click on it, and then come down here to delete, we can delete that sketch relation. All right, now let's delete this dimension, this 34, and we'll delete this 10. And we should be able to click on this line, click and hold, and just drag this out. And then we're going to do the same with this line, and we're just going to kind of create this rib here in the middle. And now we're going to define it and put it where we want and the size that we want. Okay, so this left line has a vertical sketch relation. So let's do the same with this one. And then we're going to take this bottom horizontal line, we're going to delete it. We're going to move this up a little. Going to move this one up. And then we're going to come up, or click OK, and then we're going to put a tangent arc on this. So tangent arc, I'm going to pick this point and this point, and then we will dimension this at 8 millimeters. All right, so I want to dimension the center of this arc to this radius. And there's really not a good way to click on this, and so we're going to shut that, and then we are going to go into an isometric view. And now I can click anywhere on this. I'm going to go Smart Dimension, click on here, and now if I hit my Shift key and hold my Shift key while I select this arc, it's going to select that middle of the arc. We'll say OK. Okay, I want that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I placed that. So I want that dimension to be 2 millimeters. And click OK. And then I'm just going to do a top view again just to double check that it looks okay. And it does. So we wanted that radius to be back just a little bit from that cylinder. All right, let me just move this around like this again. Again, I'm just trying to keep it the view like the book, basically, as we go through these steps. Okay, so now the only thing left that we have to do is we need to center this rib with the boss. And if we go up in here to view again, hide show, we should have a temporary axis. And if we click on that, you can see now that we have this dotted line here. And so if I click on the center of this arc, I hold my control key down and I click on this temporary axis, we're going to give it a coincident relationship. And so I did that, and you can see the yellow line where it was and then where it is now. It's in the center. I click OK up here, and now we can see that that is fully defined. All right, so because it's fully defined, we can exit the sketch. And if we look at this view, we can see now that we moved that rib directly underneath it exactly like we wanted to. So let's go back up here to view and then hide show, and then we're just going to click off that temporary axis again. Okay, so next we're going to edit a sketch plane. And if I click on the circular plane, you can see that the circular boss is a dependent of that, and so it was created on that. And if I just kind of move this thing around like this, if I open up this circular boss and I right click on the sketch for that boss, now instead of editing the sketch, we're going to come over to the next one. We're going to edit the sketch plane. And here where it says where it was created on this circular plane, we're going to click in there, and then we're going to click on this surface here. And what that does is it transferred from where that circle was, or that, I'm sorry, that boss was created to, from that plane to this one side of the model. And we're going to click OK. And now you can see that it was created on this instead of that plane that was out there. And so if we come over here and we look on this, and I hover over the circular plane, it still shows up on the screen, but now it no longer has, that circular boss is no longer a dependent of that circular plane. So when we do a lot of editing, especially on some complex parts, it's really easy to start forgetting things we moved, things what once was connected to something else. And so what we can do is, if we go up to this top level here and I right click on it and I come down here, we have this option or this command. It says purge unused features, and I'm going to click on it. And basically now it says the sketch and reference geometry listed is unused in this model. We can click on this and we're going to say OK. And it says delete the following items, circular plane, yes. Because after we moved where that boss was created, there was really no use for that plane. And we could have gone in and deleted it manually, but sometimes it is better to do it that way, just so, kind of SolidWorks guides through the process. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to edit this circular fillet. And so if I right click on there and just edit the feature, and we've done this before, but you can see where the fillet is already existing. And so if I click in here and then I'm going to add this surface here because we moved that rib, and then I'm going to click OK, and it's just going to add that fillet to the other two, same size and everything. And now that's filleted in the back. So we've changed quite a bit on this part, so make sure you save it. Hopefully you've been saving it all along, and you're going to hand this part in for this series of videos.